It's me.
Okay, please start whenever you're ready.
Okay. So hello everyone. I will start my speech now. An internship is the position of a student or trainee who works in an organization in order to gain work experience or satisfy requirements for qualification. An intern is someone who works at a company, not really an employee, just a worker for both his benefits and benefits of the company. Now, how to implement this motion? The company will pay interns who worked for more than 6 weeks, 50% of the salary, then can gradually give them more salary. So as first speaker, I will talk about how unpaid internships could lead to negative brand reputation and how to incentivize interns to take the job seriously, increase morale and productivity. The second speaker will speak about how paid interns may consider full-time positions, attracting top talent and encouraging professionalism. Okay, so let's start with my first argument, which is how paid internships could lead to negative brand reputation. So most of the time, companies take advantage of the intern. They will give him, they will offer him a chance of internship, but they will not pay him. So that will be good for the intern, but bad for the, that will be good for the company, but bad for the intern. College students have declared that they can that this should change because they can't afford unpaid work. And if the companies won't change, they will have to give them a bad reputation. My second argument is that incentivize interns to take jobs seriously, increase morale and productivity. And what I mean by that is that interns who get paid will more likely work much better and be much more productive and take the job much more seriously than if they don't get paid. They will get something out of it and they will have a profit, which means they will do their best and even aim for getting hired by the company.
Information?
No. So that is why we strongly believe that we should require companies to pay their interns. And thank you for listening to my speech.
All right, let's please have the first opposition speaker.
Okay, so as the opposition team, we strongly believe that internships and jobs are two different things, and that's why the main difference should be the financial aspect. We'd like to start by clearly stating that we consider an internship to be what we consider an internship to be. And according to the UMBC Career Center, an internship is basically a professional learning experience that offers meaningful practical work related to a student's field of study or career interest. An internship gives a student the opportunity for career exploration and development and to learn new skills. Now, never does that definition talk about being paid, right? The reason behind that and our opinion will be discussed between all of our sides of our side speeches. As first speaker, I'll start with talking about the schooling aspects of that, as well as how sometimes those internship are requirements. Then our second speaker is going to discuss how paying interns is a waste of money for the company. Now, just about what the opposite team said, I'd like to point out that indeed, if the money is going to be what motivates the student to take seriously his internship, he shouldn't be doing it at all, because money isn't the only reason you should do something, especially if that's about your professionalism and your future career. If that's what you want to do as a career, you have to at least appreciate it a bit and appreciate working that way. you don't need, no, thank you. You don't need to be paid to do it correctly. You should do it correctly at all. It's just like a student only working, only studying good to have good grades. When the work is graded, and when the work is not graded, he doesn't care about it. You know, the same thing is about the money, and we can compare money to the grades or even just the fact of being graded. So the first reason is that graduate school asks you to do internships for school credits. And of course, at graduate school, you take many classes and none of them pay you to take them. You're not paid to take any of those. Why should you be paid to take internship if we take it as seriously as you take one of your classes, and if we classify it as almost one of your classes, but in a different environment? Also, when you take, for example, just an example of taking, for example, sorry, when you take sociology class, for example, are they paying you to do it? No. Why should you be paid to do a requirement that is the internship? And knowing that you can't graduate without that, you should be paid to do it because it literally helps the student graduate, not the company. It's way more
Right.
for students, yes.
But don't you think that still interns do a lot of efforts and it's cost them a lot to get to their jobs and other things? So they should be rewarded. It will be even helpful for the company.
They also pay a lot to get to school every day, every morning, to take the bus or their car to get to the school. Why should they be treated any differently? They're paying the school, not the school pays them. So
POI?
no. So I'll continue what I was saying. It's in the student's benefits, not the company, for him to do the internship. And generally, companies go out of their way to be able to give multiple places of internship to students at universities, when they just could be like, no, we won't accept you to do this job. Um, at the end of the day, the student will always be the one who is winning out of that internship. Um, my second argument is how sometimes those internships are uh, so important for the future career of the student because it counts as like professional hours. In some jobs, you need to have an amount, an exact amount, whether it is 30, 40, or 50 even hours of professional work, where it's basically an internship at the office or the workplace of the career you'd like, and just stay in the shadow and look at the person working and to help them too. And to do that, you need to do it for a couple of hours. And that helps you get your license to then be yourself the professional. You can't become a professional and have your license to exercise without having those professional hours. So again, they're in the student's interest, not the professional accepting them as interns. For example, the American Psychological Association, just one example, you need to have an amount of hours done to then get your license. A PhD in psychology is just not enough to get your license to practice. And we're talking about PhD, so let alone undergrad and graduate students. Uh, Practicing psychologists, all of those that you know, have completed internships, and then they received a valuable amount of witnessing someone work that job, a doctor or the psychologist in this case, to do it then, even if they learn in the classroom, because it's different learning the classroom and learning by looking at the person. Students can simply not learn everything in the classroom. That's what my colleague will be explaining later on. So looking at the person working while yourself receiving the while yourself completing, I'm sorry, the internship will help you obtain your license and then enough knowledge to work yourself.
POI.
Yes.
Actually, you're saying that we shouldn't be paid, but actually, you're doing an effort. So why wouldn't you be paid?
because as I said, it's in the student's interest. Even if he puts an effort, he could have put an effort in everything in life. Every single thing you do, you need to put effort, you need to put money. For example, you're not going to the cinema, you pay to enter the cinema. And that's a distraction. Why should you be paid to do something that you will need later on? Because when you'll start working, you'll start getting paid. When you'll start working on your own or for a company and you'll be professional and you have graduated and you have a license, you will be paid at that moment. So experience is required for you getting your license. This is then why we believe that internships shouldn't be paid. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Let's please have now the second proposition speaker.
I'll start now. Most people are satisfied with finding any internship, no matter if it is paid or not. But here on the proposition team, we refuse to let this exploitation go unnoticed or uncared for. In my speech, I will respond to the other side's argument and talk about 2 points that explain why interns should be paid. First, paid internships attract top talent, and second, paid interns may consider full-time positions. To start with my rebuttals. The other side said that an internship and a job are 2 different things, but it is still labor. And according to the US Department of Labor, it should be paid, unlike what you said. Unlike what the other side said, they said that being an intern does not include any sort of payment, which is completely inaccurate. And secondly, the other team brought up how this is not about money and the intern should want to do this thing. But ladies and gentlemen, this is not a charity. It's like telling a doctor they should work because they love being a doctor and not get paid. A doctor should not get paid because they should do it for the love of these people. No, thank you. They should do it for the love of these people and not get paid. Well, this is not a charity. This is not the world we live in. And the other side also said that you don't pay classes, so why should you, you pay for classes, so why should you get paid for internships? Well, you don't get paid in a class because you do not provide any work for the teacher that is teaching you. Simply, you study, the teacher is not going to benefit from whether you work or not. The teacher is going to get paid whatever you do. They get paid anyway. Yes.
But like the company is not benefiting from you. Like you are benefiting from the company.
That is actually the misconception we're facing right now. The company is benefiting from you. They're not just gifting you an opportunity to learn. Sure, it's an opportunity to you for you to learn, but at the same time, it's a free employee. Why would they not want to hire you for internship if you're not gonna work for them? And finally, I would like to say that companies are not gifting these interns, as I just mentioned right now. They are benefiting from them. Otherwise, they would have no reason to have internships. So thank you. Now I'm going to tackle my first point. Paid internships are a sure way to attract top talent or competences. Interns used to accept any internship they could find, regardless of whether it is paid or not. But lately, intern candidates are becoming more aware of their value and their importance, which is a great thing. They are becoming choosy about their internships, which is absolutely magnificent. They are becoming aware that these companies are profiting off their competence. Yes, you can go.
Why would they be choosy if they have zero experience?
because they have talent and competence to provide. Not having experience doesn't mean you have nothing to give for this company. They have talent, they have competence, they have the right to be choosy, they have every right to be about which internship they go into. No, thank you. And nowadays, intern candidates, especially incredibly talented ones, are getting choosy, as I said, which is incredible for them. And they would never accept unpaid labor, which is, by the way, illegal. Unpaid labor is illegal, and the company could get sued for it. And really, it's a win-win situation. Interns are getting paid for their hard work, and the company has an access to a greater pool of talent. Secondly, paid interns may consider full-time jobs if they are paid in their internships. That is something completely logical. And the data shows it. Approximately 25 of employees in a company have been interns before. And you are more likely to work for a company that values your work and pays you for it. And interns, on the other side, interns that who become full-time members are already on board and up to speed with the processes, goals, and missions of the company. So it is really unlogical that a company would not pay their interns, because this is blatant exploitation and nobody is batting an eye for it. And the other side is denying the fact that it is illegal in some places to have unpaid internships. And that is for a reason. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is exactly why we think interns should get paid for the hard work that they put into this company. I'm very proud to propose. Thank you.
All right, let's have the second opposition speaker.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I will now give my speech, but before I come to my own argument, let us first have a look at what the other team said. They have bring up about like work not being like people not being serious if the work if like when they work like it's not paid, if it's unpaid internships, they're not going to be serious. I'm sorry, but when you want to get experience, when you want to work, you should be serious. If it's paid, if it's unpaid, you should be really serious if you want to get work, if you want to get some experience, etc.
Yeah,
They also yes.
you said that we need to be serious if it's paid or it's unpaid, but actually that's not the reality, because actually everyone becomes serious when they are paid when it comes to money. So it's not because they're unpaid they will be serious. That's only what we said.
I'm sorry, but why do you take an internship? You take an internship so you can get experience, so you can learn, like so you can see how it is the work world, how it is in reality. But if not, you're not serious. I don't understand. Even if it's paid or unpaid, like you have to be serious in order to get experience in order to learn new things. You also talked about because for me they should
Eli,
do their, yes.
you said that they should be serious regardless. Well, a lot of people are not serious in their classes, but if they were paid in their classes, they would be serious, right?
But I mean, if they're not serious in their classes, it's their problem because they're not gonna learn anything. It's the same thing. If you're not serious in an internship, whether if it's paid or unpaid, you're not gonna learn anything. And I'm gonna move on to another point you guys bring up is about like benefiting from the company and etc. Like I'm sorry, but you benefit from the company more than the company benefits from you because you have zero experience, you haven't worked before, and the company is providing you with training, so you are benefiting from the company more than the company is benefiting from you. And about like being choosy, I'm sorry, but if you have zero experience, as I said before, if you don't know, and if you only get like maybe you were doing extracurriculars, maybe your diploma is good, etc., etc., but you have zero experience, why would you be choosy? And you talked about exploitation. I'm sorry, but they're not exploiting them. They are giving them a chance to work and learn experience and have and acquire new experiences, etc. So I don't see what's the problem with unpaid internships. So now I'm gonna move on to my arguments. I think that it is really hard for companies to pay their interns because they already provide the training. So they can't really provide the training and the compensation for the interns. And in addition to this, the employers don't know if they are hiring someone who has the necessary skills to work with. They are hiring, as I said, someone with no experience. So they only look at his academics, words, extracurriculars, etc., and letters of recommendation. And even if all of this is good, even if he has amazing grades, he was doing really interesting extra activities, etc., they're not guaranteed that this intern is going to work properly, is going to have the necessary skills to work with them. They're not guaranteed this, so why would they spend money? Why would they waste money for this? And secondly, I think that is absurd to say that the internships should be paid, because having the responsibility of training interns requires additional time and effort for the company, and also money. Whether like would it be like the employees or the employer, they are wasting money, time, and effort for interns that they have no guarantee they are going to have the necessary skills or work really well. And also the time that a company and its employees spend into helping and teaching the interns can be traduced as money, and this money is a waste for the company, a big waste for the company. So I don't know why.
Why?
Yes.
Why is this gonna be a waste of the company? This person will be later a worker and they'll benefit from his competence and skills. Why is it a waste for the company?
Why would he be why would he work at the company later? Well, we don't know if he has great skills. We don't know if his skills align with the job.
Why?
I'm sorry, let me finish. We don't know if he's gonna, give us the things we want. So why would we pay them? Yes.
I mean, most of the internships are meant like you pass a certain period of time and then you're gonna be employed. So normally they'll have to employ him. That's how it works.
No, if they don't
So
want to employ,
so they have to teach him the skills.
but they are going to teach you the skills. That's why they are
Yeah.
wasting money and time and effort, and they don't even know if you're gonna be good. They're not obliged to hire you after the internship. If they don't like you, you're gonna leave. They like you, they're gonna hire you. It's that simple. So I'm gonna get back to my arguments. As I said, the company is wasting so much money, and like, why would they add another amount of money to pay these interns? Because let's be real. Like, if
POI.
no, thank you. If an employee makes a mistake or does not work properly, the employer would be obliged to fire him. But if it's an intern, like, maybe the mistake he's gonna do is gonna harm the company. And again, if he pays him, like, it's a waste of money. As I said before, it's only a waste of money for the company, and the intern is the only he's benefiting from what the intern has to offer. So if you don't learn anything, like, for example, in the as I said, you said like the only the company benefits from the internship. I say that the intern is the biggest. He benefits a lot from what the company has to offer, because first of all, he gets to meet new, no, thank you. He gets to meet new people, and it's a good opportunity for networking. He can meet so many people, professionals, as I said, and maybe find other jobs if he's not hired by the company after all, because a lot of graduates don't have connections, and it's really hard for them to find jobs after that. And for all these reasons, I think that we are, as the opposition team, are right, and I beg to oppose. Thank you.
All right, thank you for your speech. We will now have the third proposition speaker.
As a government member, I'll show you, ladies and gentlemen, why paying interns is a win-win situation. The opposition team has failed to convince us of the cons of paying interns. They just kept insisting on the fact that it is important that the intern will learn so much from the company. I mean, it is undeniable. We all know that this intern is gonna benefit from the company. That's the whole point. But now what we are really debating is, should we pay them or not? They do a lot of efforts. Sometimes we have college students who take internships. Their financial resources are so limited. How can they get to their jobs? How can they be productive? It's exhausting, because do you know that, like, official like workers and also like the interns do the same job, but like they don't have the same rights. And in a lot of cases, the internship has a very long period. Sometimes it can be 6 months, sometimes it can be a year. So like this person is putting so much effort and is not gonna be rewarded for it. It's just it doesn't make any sense.
POI,
And also I think yes.
you are forgetting that all this internship is part of the process of education of the intern. I mean, you're saying that he's not benefiting anything from it, but he's benefited experience and completing his career.
I didn't say at any point that the intern is not going to benefit from the company. That's what I started to say. I just said that the intern is going to benefit from the company. He's going to learn new skills, but the company is also going to benefit from his presence because he's going to do a lot of effort. He's going to do a lot of work. I just said that sometimes he and like the other like official workers do the same work, and still they sometimes they're not even paid. They don't have, just let me finish my points, and they don't have the same rights. Don't you see that this is unfair, that this is insulting for them? Can you imagine a person or like a college student going an entire year and like putting so much effort into this job and then not being rewarded, and the company might fire him later? Yes.
POI.
You said that like it's the same work. No, for me, it's not the same work. It's not the same quality. Someone that has experience and someone that is well trained is not like someone that has no experience.
Still, yeah, I mean, I do agree with you in a way, but this doesn't mean that we shouldn't pay them at all. You just admitted that they will do the same thing, but it won't be the same quality. Still, they will do a lot of work, so they should be rewarded. We won't pay them as we pay the normal workers, that's for sure, but at least we should pay them 50%, and that was in our definition. Now I want to respond to the yes.
Why would we pay them 50%? Like, it's so much money. It's a waste for the company. The company is providing the training, and they should pay the compensation. Don't you think it's a waste for the company?
I think it's enough for you repeating that they're gonna benefit from the company. I think we all get it. I just said it like in the first of like, I just started my speech by saying like the importance of the internship. We all know it, but I just gave an example of a college student who will go and have an internship and put so much effort. How are you not gonna reward this person? This just doesn't make any sense. So now I'm gonna
POI.
So now I'm gonna move like to respond to the, I think, first speaker, Bushra, who compared going to school and going to a cinema to like actually having an internship. I don't really like, how could you even link that? I mean, when you go to school, you learn classes, you like benefit from the teacher. When you go to like an internship, yes, you do benefit from the company too. Yes, you do learn new skills, but still you put like all of the material, all of the things you learn through practice, which is really exhausting. So you should be rewarded for that. And yeah. Oh, and like I think Kautar said that it's gonna be a waste of money and it's gonna be a waste of time for the company, and that isn't true, because when you're gonna pay them, they're gonna be even more encouraged to work efficiently, to work honestly, and they're gonna the company is gonna benefit from their skills. So my first debater highlighted the fact that paying interns will increase more productivity. The interns will be productive, enthusiastic about their jobs. They work more efficiently because this will incentivize interns to take jobs. And also, like, people who have no job experience, once they see that the interns are getting jobs, they'll try to apply to, and this will reduce in employment in our society. Also, my teammates talked about how awful working and like doing so much effort without being rewarded would be. A lot of interns, as I said earlier, have limited financial resources.
POI.
So they're not doing, yes.
I think that is a very selfish point of view that you are only focusing on the interns and not on the employees that are working for the company. These employees are going to be helping the interns and they're going to lose time, which reduces as money. And these also are normal people who may have financial problems and they are wasting money if the company is paying the interns.
I don't see how paying interns will hurt or harm in a way or another the other employees. I just said that it was a win-win situation. The company is gonna benefit from it, the intern are gonna benefit from it, and like the other employees, I mean, how would that even harm them? Like they will have the no, just let me please finish my point. They'll have the same rights. They won't have the same salary because it is unjust, but we do say that this intern should be at least paid 50 or 75%. Okay, so I was telling that a lot of interns have limited financial resources and use means of transportation. They like the job can be so far from them and they're gonna every day they're gonna like spend their money to get to their jobs. It can be really like expensive for them if they don't work, if they don't have like a family who has like who is who's rich or something. So it's gonna be harmful for their physical, also for their mental health. And if you're not like paying the intern, then you don't have like you're not gonna tell him, oh, don't be late. Oh, why are you exhausted? Oh, you don't do this properly. You don't have to tell him that if you're not paying him. I mean, if this person is gonna go to like his job every day, using his own money, how are you even expecting that this person is gonna work efficiently? Also, companies sign a contract with interns for like a limited period, and it can be a really long time. And what companies do, and it's really inhuman, they just like sign a contract with an intern for like, I don't know, it's maybe 6 months, it's maybe even a year. And then they're benefiting from all the work that would be done by the intern. And then they're gonna fire him at the end of the internship without offering him a job. And they'll take other interns and they repeat that, so like they won't waste their money. And it's really inhuman. Imagine like the deception and how this intern will feel. He worked all of that hard work, he did all of that, and he wasn't even rewarded. He didn't even get a job. Just imagine how awful would it be. Yes.
You said earlier that the employees are not harmed, but
Wait, sorry to interrupt, but we're already at 8 minutes and 30 seconds. So
Sorry.
it's okay. It's okay. I'm just interrupting because everything that's said after this is not going to be taken into consideration. So
Okay.
it's just best to finish your speech now.
So I can finish my speech or like.
No, whatever you say after this it's not going to be counted.
Okay. So
We're
thank
already
you.
at
I'm
9
really
minutes.
proud to propose.
Okay. All right, let's please welcome the third opposition speaker. By the way, please, everyone, make sure you're keeping time of your speech and make sure you're keeping time of everyone's speeches. Remember, the first minute and the last minute is protected time. So a lot of you guys are asking POIs within like 10 seconds of the speech starting. You have to wait at least 60 seconds before you can ask a POI. So remember, the first minute and the last minute of the 8 minutes are protected time. That's why you should keep track. You should keep a stopwatch, like I'm doing my little stopwatch for all the speeches. All right, let's please welcome the third opposition speaker.
Internships are really important for a newbie in any field, and what they are really about is having work experience and learn experience in the concrete, not about getting paid. Our opponents mainly claim that it should be a paid journey because it will motivate the intern, but money shouldn't be the motivation, and it ought to be the desire for knowledge and experience. Imagine a person whose only motive is to get paid. He will certainly not focus on the information, but rather the reward. And if we think about it this way, he could just apply for a job and not an internship. It's also unreasonable. No, thank you. It's also unreasonable to compare an intern position to an employee position, as the contrary of what the opposite team believes. Our team believes that the company should not pay the interns. Why? Well, for many reasons, as the previous speaker said. For the sake of recapitulation, I'm going to address again the arguments. First, because it primarily benefits the intern, not the company. And being accepted to do an internship is really hard to do. So it is an honor for the worker, and he should be grateful he received this chance and therefore shouldn't require getting paid. Many professions require a specified number of hours of on-the-job training before licensure. The APA is just one example. A PhD in psychology is not enough to earn a license to practice. Practicing psychologists have also completed internships in which they received valuable tutelage that could be attained that could not be attained any other way. Students can't learn everything in the classroom. Shadowing a psychologist, doctor, or other professional gives the student unique and necessary experience. This experience is required for licensure. The next point is getting paid as an employee is a right, but as an intern, it is not, because these two professions differ. An employee isn't supposed to make mistakes, and if he do so, he'll suffer repercussions. However, an intern is allowed to make mistakes, whether they are major or not, because that's what the process of internship is about. They will have someone explain the mistake, show them how not to make it again, and won't be punished for it. Here again, we can see that the organization is doing a big job, and they should not, on top of all the things that it offers, be required to pay. Also, if we require that all interns receive pay, we may see the decline of available internships by societies. This will create greater competition among aspiring professionals and mean that less people will have the opportunity to achieve their goals. Education, including internships, should be readily available to those who wish to learn and become educated. In this type of program, what we do as interns is to gain knowledge and education from the organization. So here, the entity is like school. However, school doesn't pay the student to study, so why should the organization?
Eli,
Yes,
you keep bringing up how the employer, the interns are benefiting from this internship, but you do not touch on the fact that employers also benefit from the work these interns are giving.
they do not, because the interns only they do the work because they want to receive the knowledge and all, and the work experience, and the company doesn't really benefit from it. Okay, moving on. Our speakers also added that having interns mean for employees that they will have more work to do, such as train them, supervise them, guide them, fill out necessary paperwork. So it is additional work and time, and that this money who originally should go back to the employees, no thank you, that the money who should go back to the employees due to their hard work can't be given to the interns, or else it will be just a waste of time, a waste of money. It is a waste of money because they never asked you to work with them. You chose to do so, and they actually did you a big favor when hiring you. We, as opposition team, proudly state that interns shouldn't be paid, and after all these arguments, we hope we succeeded into convincing you.
All right, now let's have the opposition reply speech.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, dear judges, I'm here now from the opposition side to summarize this ardent debate that we have just had. sorry. In the side of the proposition, I noticed that they base their arguments in the benefits and interests of the interns and not both the company and interns. In fact, as my team marked before, the internship is a service provided from the company to the interns. The interns are the one who benefits the more from this. So again, why will be they paid on top of all of this? This will be a lot, and also will be unfair for the company. The deal that the proposition is presenting is a normal working deal, and the internship is a totally different concept. Also, for the proposition team, if you care that much about the interns, you should know that if the internships are paid, that will produce that the companies will give less and less internships to the interns, and this would prejudice the interns because they will get less opportunities to get experience from the work. Moving on, another class point that we have seen through the whole debate is that the other team tries to argument that the interns are working and that's why they deserve to be paid as well. I mean, true, they are working, but that's what the internship is all about. As my partner said before, you don't have to be paid for every effort you make. Other class I've noticed is the discussion of who is benefiting more from who, the company or the interns. First of all, the proposition team only talk about the intern, and this is completely unfair and personally directed. The older team also denies completely that the company wasted things by having these interns. The explanation is very easy. The time that the company and the employees of this company spent into helping and teaching the interns can be traduced as money that the company is wasting. So yeah, the company is wasting things from having these interns working there. Also, if you make internships paid, you are losing the main point of it. You don't notice that people are going to start applying for internships just to get hired easily and gain money easily, and not for learning purposes. That's the whole objective of it. I think this would only corrupt the whole objective of the internships. So that's why we, the opposition, are the only team that sees the good from both sides. If you follow our statement, you'll see how both groups benefit. The interns are going to get all the training, which it's all they need, and the company and its employees are not going to have a lot of waste. So remember, if you want the good for all, please vote for opposition. Thank you.
All right, let's please have the final speech, which is going to be the proposition reply. Proposition reply speaker, are you ready?
My speech is going to be divided into two parts. First, a recap about what been said in this debate, then the different clashes that were in this debate. So first, a summary. The first speaker in my team said that insensitive interns to take the job seriously increase morale and productivity. The second argument was companies will not stick to their promise and take advantage of the interns. And the second speaker said attracting top talent and encouraging professionalism by paying them. Also, the second speaker said that paid interns may consider full-time positions. Now move on to the different clashes that were in this debate. During this debate, there were three clashes. We keep hearing from the opposition side that we gain knowledge from the company, that we benefit. We keep hearing we gain knowledge, you benefit. And that's what the first clash was about. The interns do not benefit since they work for them. And as we all know, most of the companies have a lack of employees. So it suits them that an intern work for them and for free. And you're working for the company, and the company is benefit from you, so you need to be paid. You're working for a company, so you need to be paid. As I said, it's a win-win situation. This intern will benefit from the company, that's true, but the company too. And paying that intern is a win-win situation. The second clash was about attracting top talent and encouraging professionalism. The opposition team said that how it attracted required persons if they don't have any experience, while the second speaker gave a strong response, which was that if you don't have any experience, that doesn't mean that you're not talented. And that was a strong answer. The third clash was about we're not allowed to give POIs in replay speech, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that's
Sorry.
true.
The third clash was about being serious in your internship. The opposition side said that you should be serious, even if you're not paid. Well, are people being paid when they study? No. But if they were, they will be serious, since most of students are joking at school. And if they were paid, they will be serious. When it comes to money, everyone becomes serious. And paid interns create a sort of motivation. It encourage the intern to work seriously and maybe later work for this company, and encourage them to continue in this path. For example, let's take an example of a person that isn't paid. He will come to the company, he will work, but maybe he will be joking. He will play, he will not pay attention, and he won't be comfortable. Sometimes he will be serious, and that's rare. And he won't be motivated. Well, another person is doing an internship and she's paid. She's going to her internship motivated and glad because she's not working in a vacuum. The judges should vote for the proposition side, since our arguments are stronger and are reasonable, and we're glad to support this motion.
All righty then. Finally, we're almost we're almost done with the first day. Let me stop the recording. Are you sure?